Hey guys, welcome to another Depression Diaries. I apologise, I'm still a little bit croaky. I still haven't kicked this infection fully yet, so bear with me on that front. There's a couple of things I want to talk to you about in this video. First off, I am now in my cognitive behavioural therapy. It was a bit of a last minute appointment thing. I had my first session last night. It was as disastrous as I expected it to be, in the way that I was talking about lots of things I was super uncomfortable talking about. There were tears, there was awkward silences, everything you'd expect from a first therapy session with someone you don't know. I'm in that for a minimum of 6 weeks on weekly appointments, so every Wednesday you'll get an update about what I kind of learnt or what we went over in therapy, and then my Friday depression diaries, or the ones later in the week, I'll probably look at the homework I've been given. So yeah, yesterday's session was intense. Meeting someone that you're meant to kind of pour your heart out to for the first time is always nerve-wracking, so I very nearly didn't turn up, even though I know this will help me. Just because I was so nervous and so on edge about it. Also didn't help that it was tipping down with rain outside. So yeah, they're hour-long sessions. And for anyone who has been to the doctors about their depression or their social anxiety, or is currently in any kind of therapy, you get given like a form to fill out, which is in the last 2 weeks, have you felt, and it's a scale of 1 to 10, and it's just like, have you avoided certain situations for fear of making a fool of yourself, and you'll have like 1, not really, and 10, like, oh my god, I don't leave the house, that kind of thing. But it goes through everything from work-related situations to social anxiety situations, severe depression, self-harm. They're horrible to fill out. And I now get to fill those out weekly. Woo. But yeah, we covered a lot of the bases, because first session is him finding out about me and whether he thinks this type of therapy will be beneficial. The last time I was in cognitive behavioural therapy was several years ago, and it was mainly addressing things like lack of motivation and I just kind of stopped working. So my depression's affecting me quite differently now. I'm able to be, with the things I was taught from my last bout of CBT, things to kind of combat that. So like I've been talking in my in-depths, like lists, schedules, things like that. They've helped with the motivation side. It's not that I'm not unmotivated. I do still struggle to get out of bed in the morning. But I've got a lot more motivation than I did the first time round. This time we're tackling my abundant lack of confidence. I know sometimes it might not come across that I lack confidence in any way, but I really, really do. I'm always incredibly scared to take risks. I'm very self-aware of my own flaws, but in a very severe, very negative way. I find it very difficult to find the positive in any kind of given situation. So we're kind of looking and addressing that. We got the whole, if you looked at yourself, what would you see, and that kind of thing. And we're looking at goals, overall goals that I might want to achieve. So it was just to get to know me. He wanted to know everything that had happened since last time I was in therapy, which was horrible because lots of horrible things have happened, abusive relationships, losing people, that kind of thing. So yeah, one thing which I did take away from it very positively after all the tears and everything had finished, is he is very much about positive reinforcement, which I really do try to encourage people. And he did make me smile with the thing, well done, you've made it through your first session, you actually came, which is like one of the hardest things to do, is to take that first step, especially anyone suffering with anxiety. Taking that first step is terrifying. So he told me that I should go home and treat myself for doing it, which I thought was very cool. So yeah, we'll see how the sessions progress. He's very soft-spoken and doesn't make a lot of eye contact, which I find unusual. I find it's very different from my last therapist, who was all bubbly and all about the eye contact. And she was lovely. So it's going to be a bit of a change. First time I've had a male therapist though, so it might be something to do with that. I don't know. But yeah. I'm gonna be... My mood over the last week has been fairly down anyway, just because I've been... Sorry about that. Just because I've been so ill. Even recording this, I can feel my voice starting to go. So, but over the next week, and certainly up until just after my birthday, I am going to be very down. And I know this. I know this because it happens every year, because the beginning of March is when I lost someone extremely close to me before it was their time to go. And I don't want to go into any more details than that. With things about myself, I want to be very much an open book with you guys, but I also want to respect the privacy of their family and their other friends, so I will not be naming names, I will not be going into details. Anyone who knows me and is watching this knows exactly who I am talking about. But I struggle every year this time of year. So I will try and record as much as I can, but it's just very difficult. The last few years especially, I've spent more time crying than being functionable, I suppose. I will endeavour to still produce content for you guys, even if it is just the Depression Diaries, and get at least kind of 3 videos out, and maybe more over the next week, 2 weeks. But like I said, it's one of those, and I'm not trying to be defeatist. I just know what my mood is going to be like, because it has been like it every year since I lost them. So it's a trying time for me. I'd normally book this entire sorry. When I was working, I'd book this entire time off work, just because I knew I wasn't capable of working. Emotionally, I would struggle, and it's not worth putting any more pressure on myself during this time, because I know how damaging that can be. So, but yeah, I will make another video just to go on the page, just to explain why there's going to be a lack of videos over the next few weeks. So yeah, But other than that, it's March and coming up to springtime. So yay, more sunlight. That's good. Sorry, guys. This is really taking its toll on me, apparently. So yeah, I haven't, in the tiny adventures thing, I haven't achieved as much as I'd hoped. Partially because I've been ill. I had to stop the workouts just because breathing was making me cough my guts up. I did manage to watch a lot of Japanese things though, which was one of them. And again, I will do a tiny adventures recap video thing. Because I've got to write my new one up today. But yeah, so I apologise for the last week being very non-existent. I only managed to record one thing, and that absolutely wrecked me for the next 2 days. So yeah, oops. Oh yeah, before I forget, as you can see behind me, I hate cameras. Behind me has changed. So we've had the workman in, that's all done. And yeah, we got some shelves, a bit more organised. There'll be some lights going up because I've got these cool lights that I love. So I'm going to actually make a little dedicated meditation space on the bed, because we don't have a whole lot of room in this room. And so I will be doing meditation and stuff. So that's cool. That's getting underway. But soon, because I'm rehoming some of my menagerie of pets, we will be swapping the desk around, and then I'll be looking at getting proper lighting rigs so I don't look like I've got jaundice, because that's just terrible. The lights in here are awful, and there's 2 of them, so I've got real kind of conflicting light sources. At the moment I've got the window the curtains open, so that's another light source, because otherwise I really do look ill. But yeah, so I will hopefully get another Depression Diaries up in the next few days. I wasn't really given any homework from therapy this time, apart from to keep like a notepad of any questions I might have. So but I will let you know in a few days how I'm feeling. I'll probably record one on my birthday, which is the 9th, because that's going to be quite an emotional day, and I think it would be healthy for you guys to see that. I'm a firm believer that no matter how strong we think we are, it's not a bad thing to be vulnerable at times. So, something I've learnt in my many years of being vulnerable. But yes, thank you for tuning in. Sorry it's such a long video. Again, I haven't recorded one this long in a while. But lots has happened. And until next time, I hope you all have an awesome couple of days, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.